Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoded, the place where we decode the confusing world of corporate finance and filings with a smirk and a wink into this filing. We've got a story about a company securing some much needed funds and what that means for its future. Now today we are diving into an 8K filing from scPharmaceuticals Incorporated. This is basically a report to let everyone know about major events that could affect a company, S investors. Think of this as the company telling the public, hey, something important just happened, and you need to know about it. Pharmaceuticals Incorporated is a company whose stock you can find on the NASDAQ Global Select Market, traded under the ticker SEPH. This means they are a public company and have to play by the SEC's rules. The main event here is that scPharmaceuticals Incorporated has entered into a new important agreement. Specifically, on the 23rd of September 2025, they got a loan. They received a $10 million loan from MannKind Corporation. This is like a loan between companies, not from a bank, and it is not backed by any specific assets, which is what unsecured means. This loan comes as part of a bigger plan. MannKind Corporation, referred to as parent, is planning to acquire scPharmaceuticals Incorporated through a tender offer. A tender offer is when one company offers to buy the stock of another company directly from its shareholders. Now let's talk about this loan. It is due on the 23rd of September 2026 or sooner if certain other things happen. For example, if a termination fee related to the merger deal gets paid, or if scPharmaceuticals Incorporated decides to take a better offer from another company, called a superior proposal, and that deal goes through, the loan would also be due then. This shows how sensitive this loan is to the outcomes of the potential merger. The interest rate on this loan is tied to what MannKind Corporation pays for its own loans, specifically something called SOFR loans. It gets a bit technical, but basically the interest rate will be similar to what MannKind pays for its borrowing. They also have some specific rules about how this interest rate can change, especially if the original loan agreement that MannKind has is changed. If that happens, the interest rate for scPharmaceuticals Incorporated S loan will be capped either at 4.75% or 5%, depending on what the original rate becomes. Pharmaceuticals Incorporated does have the ability to pay back this loan early, but they have to pay the whole amount back at once. Not just a part of it. This is a helpful flexibility if they get other funding or if the merger situation changes quickly. As part of getting this loan, scPharmaceuticals Incorporated essentially reconfirmed the promises and guarantees they made in the merger agreement. There are some exceptions, like promises related to financing, getting approvals, or the actual completion of the merger. They also agreed to certain rules, like not taking on more debt or pledging their assets while this loan is active. This section just confirms that the loan we just talked about creates a direct financial obligation for scPharmaceuticals Incorporated. It adds to the company's debts. And the actual document detailing this loan, the unsecured promissory note, is included as an exhibit with this filing. It is the legal proof of this deal. Finally, the report is signed off by the company S President and Chief Executive Officer, John H. Tucker, certifying that everything reported is accurate to the best of their knowledge. So, what does this all mean for scPharmaceuticals Incorporated? Well, this $10 million loan from MannKind Corporation is clearly a bridge to whatever happens next with the acquisition. It shows that MannKind is committed enough to provide some funds while the deal is being worked out. It is a sign of confidence, but also a bit of a tightrope walk. The interest rate tied to MannKind S-owned borrowing is a smart move for the lender to ensure they don't lose money by lending. For scPharmaceuticals Incorporated, paying back this loan hinges on the merger going through, or getting a significantly better deal elsewhere. The key risk here is that if the merger falls apart for any reason, this debt still needs to be managed. However, the option to prepay is a potential lifeline if other funding avenues open up. We LL have to keep an eye on that merger agreement and see how it plays out. Alright, that is our breakdown of scPharmaceuticals' latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company? Future, drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching, see you next time.